good with everybody, man? It's your boy Super Rich JL, and today we're gonna be talking about Berkshire Hathaway's shares fall after 3.8 billion write-down, operating profit weakness. This was written August 4th. I haven't seen you guys since July. I apologize. Been having technical difficulties. I just got my Wi-Fi to work. It's been a hectic little couple of days. I've been trying to make videos. A lot been going on. All right, let's get into the video. I know y'all didn't click to hear me rant. So it says August 4th. Class A shares of Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway fell more than 3% in afternoon trading on Monday as investors fretted over a 3.8 billion write-down and a dip in a quarterly operating profit that the firm disclosed on Saturday. The write-down of Berkshire Hathaway's 27.4% stake in Kraft Heinz, its second for the company, reflects a significant decline in the value of the investment. All right. Berkshire had taken down a $3 billion write-down in Kraft Heinz in 2019. A conglomerate is still the largest shareholder of the food and beverage firm as per data compiled by LSEG. Kraft Heinz, which is ranked 8th in Berkshire's portfolio by market value, has faced challenges as more consumers turn to healthier options and private label products. The conglomerate also reported a 4% dip in operating income, which fell from $11.6 billion the year earlier as underwriting premiums fell and trade policy uncertainties hurt most of Berkshire's consumer businesses over delayed orders and shipments. The Omaha, Nebraska-based company, which has not repurchased any shares since May 2024, indicated it remains cautious about market valuations amid ongoing uncertainty over tariffs and economic growth. The investment vehicle has stopped building up its cash pile to end a run of 11 straight quarters that began in the third quarter of 2022 and doubled the amount of liquidity available. Russ Mould said, investment director at AJ Bell, said. Mould, I don't even know how to pronounce this word. I'm sorry, y'all. Mould painted this as a worry for Berkshire in the long run. Succession woes. Class A shares of the company, which have gained about 2% in the 2025, lagged in the benchmark S&P 500 index. The stock shed gains since Buffett's announcement in May stepped down as CEO of the conglomerate at the end of the year compared to broader market rally. Buffett is 94. Has led the company for over 5 decades. Greg Abel, now a Berkshire vice chairman, is set to take up the mantle later this year. The share price continues to slide even as the U.S. stock market rallies, to perhaps suggest that investors are yet to convince themselves that Berkshire Hathaway will be the same without Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger as it was with them in charge, Mill said. I'm not watching this video. We're not reacting to the video. I don't know why it's playing. Charlie Munger, the longtime vice chairman of Berkshire and the right-hand man of Buffett, passed away in 2023 at the age of 99. Man, he was 1 year away from seeing 100, man. It's crazy. Berkshire's Class B shares were also down 3.3%. And that wraps it up with this article. We got one more to talk about. So let's go to TradingView. Now, it might be the same exact thing, so don't be mad if we read the same thing, all right? It might have more information. Let's figure it out. Berkshire Hathaway profit slump and Hughes cash pile finally sheds a few billions. All right, key points. Berkshire profit falls 4%. It says 4%. They said 3% on the other one. net seller of stocks again, cash piled the windows about or by 4 billion. Mountain of cash got 4 billion shaved off a tiny figure relative terms, and Berkshire took a write down in Heinz to the tune of 3.8 billion. Earnings dip and Heinz turns sour. Berkshire Hathaway's quarter operating profits slipped 4% from the year ago quarter to 11.2 billion. Still big league, but a stumble for a conglomerate known for shrugging off market noise. The real gut punch came from Kraft Heinz, where Berkshire wrote down 5 billion in value, slashing its stake to 8.4 billion. That whacked 3.8 billion off net earnings after tax. It says the message question mark. Food brands aren't aging well, and not even Warren Buffett's legendary holding power can sugarcoat a ketchup flavored loss. Now, I just want to interject real quick. We all know that the tariffs have been messing up everybody, and I don't know if the tariff. See, that's why I've been off. I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry. I'm raging, but I'm mad because August 1st was the deadline, and we had a lot going on. Y'all know I've been doing my homework. I've been giving and feeding y'all information about the tariffs. So, in other news, what I would say is one country that got messed up by this tariff was Mexico. I don't know if it went up, down. I don't know what happened. We're going to figure out next video, maybe the third video. I'm going to figure out what's going on with the tariffs. All right. We're going to figure this out, because I know Mexico is a huge part of the tomato community across the world, and they ship out tomatoes every single where. So I think Berkshire is taking a loss from Mexico from the tariffs. Just saying. All right, cash still king, just 4B less royal. Berkshire's legendary cash hoard dipped slightly to 344 billion from 348 billion in the previous quarter. For any other company, that's life-changing. For Buffett, probably a rounding error. Total revenues landed at 92.5 billion, down 1.2% from last year's second quarter. Zero stock buybacks for the quarter, and none since May 2024. Even Buffett doesn't want to pay up for Berkshire's shares right now. Fast fact, the company's Class A stock is the most expensive stock on a per share basis at just over $711,500 apiece. For the 11th straight quarter, Berkshire sold more stocks than it bought, a net billion worth of stocks. That's not just caution. With stocks raging over there and hitting new records, that's a neon sign flashing. Nothing is cheap enough. All right. Investors nervous at Buffett's exit looms. Berkshire's A shares are down 12% since Buffett retirement timeline dropped in May. The S&P 500, meanwhile, is up 10%. The gap speaks volumes about investors' faith in Greg Abel's leadership capabilities after the Oracle of Omaha steps down. Wall Street is clearly asking, what's Berkshire going to be without Buffett? The lack of the buybacks and new deals isn't helping to calm nerves. With the market valuation sky high and a CEO transition in sight, investors are watching closely, because when the person who's been buying fear for over 60 years is retiring, it's fair to ask who's buying what next. Alright, so like I was saying, man, we haven't been posting. I'm sorry. I've been off my game, transitioning into August, man, and y'all know the deadline was August 1st. So right now I am behind, and I am terribly sorry that my Wi-Fi was not working on this PC, my other PC, my phones, everything was connecting. Even my Xbox wasn't connecting. I gotta check my Xbox. But anyways, I wasn't able to give you guys any content. All you guys that left comments, thank you. I really appreciate y'all. We've been rolling. We've been going ham since January. I posted Call of Duty from January to February. We did reactions from March, a little bit at the end of March to about April, all the way until maybe 2 months ago, where I just started, or a month ago, maybe the start of June. That's when I for sure was making financial literacy videos. I do want to say thank you. I do want to say thank you to all my sponsors. Quality Surveillance Systems. Do not forget, they jumping over your fence. They breaking into your door. They kicking the door down. They bringing a trap right to your door. We got AI surveillance systems that going to decide the cops on the website. Is work progress. We are still working on a lot of things, but they'll continue to believe in, and I'm happy to be back. But I don't want to take up too much time because I gotta edit this video and I gotta get it out to you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Shout out to Berkshire. Even though Berkshire is not going to be the CEO, I pray that he lives past 100 when Mr. Berkshire, not Berkshire, when Warren Buffett, see, I'm talking too fast. Unfortunately, whenever he passes away, we will all be here, and y'all might go back to this video. I'm literally, it's gonna be the newcomers, the people that want to see the beginning, they want to see the middle, they want to see the end, they want to see where I'm at, they want to see what's going on. All I'm gonna say is, history is going to be rewritten. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. There will be another trillionaire. There will not be another Warren Buffett. There will be another Bill Gates. There will be another Elon Musk. There will be another Mr. Beast. There will be another Castanet. There will be another Super Rich JL. There will be another you. Only difference is they're gonna have robots. They're gonna have better technology, and it's gonna be making a lot more sense. We're not even gonna be talking about aliens no more. We're gonna be talking about robots. All that being said, let me get up out of here, man. Look, like, comment, share, subscribe. Shout out to me. I've been making beats, so any beat that you're gonna hear from here on out is gonna be from me. I can't even put out my name right now because I don't got it on the LLC. You dig what I'm saying? I'm still bringing the streets to y'all. I'm still bringing the reactions. Now, I do want to make a reaction channel. I do want to make video game channels. I don't want to give away or get away from doing what I was doing when I began my YouTube channel. I do want to do more. I do want to do better, but it's all about the action. All this, it doesn't mean anything anymore. You can't talk anymore. All right, so you just gotta put in the work, man up. You know what I'm saying? Pay your bills. Keep dropping these videos. All right, let me stop talking. All right, y'all see. Hey, I love y'all. I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Shout out to Warren Buffett, man. We out. Gang, gang.